Hello everyone, and welcome to my final level Blockmesh presentation. As we begin our level, we see some text on the wall, which introduces the player to the mechanics of moving around and looking around. So we see use WASD to move, use mouse to look around, and use tab to open the journal. So if we press tab, we'll see that we have a quest here. It sets background for the level, and gives a player an objective. And as we can see, this is their main quest, so they need to explore and find an exit. So go ahead and close this out. And as we come out here, we'll see some paths ahead of us. We'll go ahead and go to the left to start. As we come in here, this is merely an aesthetic room, a little guard room. So we're prisoners, so we'll come down here into torture chamber. We'll see an NPC here. Press F to talk. Go ahead and talk to them. And we see that they give us a quest that let us know that we have telekinetic powers, and all the objects that have been highlighted in white can be pulled towards us by clicking the left mouse button, and then launched again by clicking the left mouse button. And it'll launch in the direction the camera's facing. So we'll have our quest here. As we pull up our quest log, click on it and see it. So go ahead and press track. Okay. And as we can see, now all the objects that are outlined in white make sense. Hit that one, and hit that one. And, okay, we check our quest log. It lets us know we should talk to the torturer again to complete this quest. So come back over here, press F to talk, and turn in the quest. Okay. We see an item here. It says to pick a book. We'll go ahead and take it for now. We'll continue along on our primary path. As we come up these stairs, go ahead and go through this little entryway and up these two set of stairs. And we see another entry here. And this appears to be a library of some sort. And we see another NPC. So we'll go ahead and go talk to them. Okay, so they claim to be a librarian, said that they're missing some books. And our objective here is to collect 4 books. And they kind of give us some background on where they might be located. So if we pull that up, we see that prisoner had one checked out, awaiting execution. So we'll go back down to the prison cells and check. The torture checked one out, which we picked up earlier. Princess loved to read while dining, so we'll go ahead and check the ground hall. And the king usually had one on his throne while awaiting requests, so we'll go ahead and keep exploring for those. As we can see, we currently have 1 of 4 books, so I'm going to track that. And let's head back down to the prison cells and see what we can find. I'm going to head down these 2 sets of stairs and jump our way down here. And as we make our way back to the cell, we did see there was a second cell, so we'll go ahead and go check that one out. And we see there's another book here. So pick that one up. We check our log. Okay, now we have 2 of the 4 books. Alright. Let's go ahead and head back and we'll keep climbing and see what else we can find. So make our way up here. Come back through this entryway again. Come through these set of stairs. And we know this is the library, so we'll go ahead and go up these set of stairs here. And, okay, so we have a grand hall of sorts, it looks like, with big opening. So that might be an exit. We did need an exit. Come here. Okay, another book. Check it. 3 of the 4 books. Cool. But maybe we can go ahead and make our escape. As we come out here, we see that the bridge is broken. This might not be an escape. But perhaps we can just jump. Oh, and jumping resets the player and counts as a death. So we'll just have to keep exploring. See a flag up top. That could be an objective. But for now, let's go ahead and head back inside and try to find this last book. So we'll come up these sets of stairs. And it seems we have another opening here. So we'll come in here and check. Okay, there seems to be something going on here. But we see that this throne does in fact have something on it. Okay. And collect the 4 books. Okay. Before we go turn that in, okay, we have a prompt here on the throne, and this is a quest. Okay. So it looks like these pressure plates here have to be weighed down by these statues. If we go and check it. Okay. And once we complete it, we should interact with the throne again to go and complete this quest. So let's go ahead and push all these statues onto these pressure plates and see what happens. And this is simply done by when the player collides with the statue, it attaches the player character to it and moves the statue in the direction the player is facing, but only in cardinal directions. So if we try to kind of angle ourselves in some way, it'll only push forward. And this checks to make sure there's nothing in front of it that could block the statue from moving. So we'll see if we try to do this and then come here. We try to push it again, it actually won't move. Okay. Let's continue pushing this one. Okay, and then we'll come over to the last one and go ahead and place that on the last pedestal. And when this one hits the final pressure plate, see, okay, we have the statues on the plates. So go ahead and talk to this and turn in this quest. Alright, let's go down and turn in these books. Okay, so we know that's the entrance to the Grand Hall, so we'll go ahead and come down here and into the library. Let's go talk to our librarian here and turn in this quest. Okay, now we did see something up top flag, so let's get to the top and see what that is all about. So come up here. Okay, we have another entryway here. We're going to come through here. Okay. As we come up here, we find, okay, so we're now on the roof of the castle and we can see flag over there. So if we go and head over, if we head to this, we'll find that this is our level end. And the things we tracked is we tracked how many times a player died, the amount of quests the players completed, how many books they collected, and how many items were thrown with telekinesis. Alright, and now we will explore our secondary path. So as we came forward, we kind of saw this opening in the wall here. Okay, we see some boards kind of laying about. Alright, so a little bit of a jumping puzzle. And we know that falling outside the castle leads to a player death. What happens if we fall here? Okay, we get reset. And understandably, that most likely counts as a player death. So we'll just have to parkour our way across the boards here. Be careful not to fall. We don't want to rack up too many deaths. We don't want our death counter at the end to be too high. And as we come here, we see there's a hole in the wall here to the library. Now we know about this quest and completing the 4 books. But there's other paths throughout here. As we can see, this one comes straight from the library. As we head up here, we have our entryway back into the Grand Hall, which we know is not an escape. Keep coming up here. And then up here we have our entryway into the throne room, which we have our little statue puzzle. And all of these turrets are meant to connect the castle at varying levels. So we'll make our way over here again and onto the flag, and this time we did not complete any quests or throw any objects, but we did die twice, so that gets updated on this tracker. And finally, for our third path, as we come out, I'm going to take some things. We'll just go ahead and boost up the stats here. But this north turret here is meant to connect every floor of the castle to each other. So as we come up from the prison cell, we'll see an entry into the library, and we know that's where the quest for the collecting the books is located. And as we ascend these spiral staircases, we'll see the entrance into the Grand Hall. And finally, ascending a bit further will gain us access to the throne room. And as we continue our ascent, we'll find that it leads up to the roof of the tower, and here's our flag. And so that wraps up my level presentation demonstrating the the three paths, the main objective, and the three side objectives, along with my end screen and the objectives tracked. Thank you so much for watching. Any and all feedback is always appreciated. Thank you for your time.